Welcome to Corporate News on Hyper RPG. I'm your host, Rai, the Corporate News Guy. What's up, everybody? How are you doing this Wednesday? Hope you've been having fun with the XCOM today. Coming up, of course, it's gonna be Shadowrun Corporate Sins. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, it's a super rad show about the dystopic near future, and lots of bad things happen because of big evil mega corporations, and typically our team of Shadowrunners is doing their dirty business or perhaps infiltrating and ruining their dastardly plans. But right now, we're gonna talk about some of those dastardly plans because this is where we focus on everyone playing in the Shadowrun Corporate War, representing these various entities in the world, highlight the awesome stuff you're doing, and get updates on what's going on, at least publicly, in the Corporate War. As always, guys, if you do not know what the heck the Corporate War is all about, please throw your questions in chat or in the Corporate Court room in our own Discord. Very briefly, let me break it down. Of course, if you're a subscriber to Hyper RPG, you have instant access to the Shadowrun Corporate War, so that's another awesome reason to subscribe, which, by the way, if you have access to Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free to a rad channel like this one. Now, so the way it works, if you're a sub, you can just go into Corporate Court and be like, yo, what's up? How's everybody doing? Who should I join? Just by joining the corporation, you're gonna help them accrue the sort of action points that help them achieve their nefarious goals. Now, as well, each week you get to help make decisions just by being part of that corporation, voting on what actions you're gonna take, whether you're gonna do research, open a new subsidiary, attack someone, hire the runners to do your dirty business. All that fun stuff, you guys get to help decide, as well as designing the PR that we read each week on Corporate News. Woo. Hey, thank you for that resub. All right, so this week though, we have a very big update. So real quick before we get into that, I should let you guys know that tonight on Corporate Sins, it's Children of the Academy. After a narrow escape from Ares' clutches, the runners will have to decide how to deal with Galahad Academy and their fraudulent squires. Also, guys, we have new color changing lights and they're awesome. And you can't see them right now, but I can, and it's great. All right, get ready for that. But the other big update besides the lights for tonight is the fact that we have a whole new way to interact and play in the Corporate War. We have this really awesome new feature where you can actually hire a member of our Shadowrun team, or potentially you could hire another NPC runner designed, in fact, by some of our own community members. Some of the Sidless have already submitted some NPC runners, as well as I believe Krund also sent me one. So what the heck does that all mean though? Let me back it up real quick. So yes, you can hire runners to make special attacks on other corporations that will be more effective than a regular attack. How it works is each week there will be a lottery. You can get into that lottery for 5 AP, and you can add a bonus to it up to 3 for 1 AP each. You guys can see the colors? That's great to know. Okay, they're awesome. Excellent. So each week we'll have different players up for grabs, different NPCs, all that. Send them to do your dirty work, and they'll be a lot more effective than normal attacks because you're working with experts, and that's why they cost more. The cool thing too with all this is that you can potentially also attack NPC organizations as well, although their defenses might be more formidable, or they actually might be easier to get through. It kind of just depends on what you're sending in. So this is really cool. We have an entire, I can't even like explain how awesome this is because we have an entire like game engine that Dan made to like handle combat. Like he's just made a combat engine, which is super rad. And so super special, awesome thanks to Dan, AKA Mordecai. Show him some love on Twitter, in game, everywhere you can find him. Give him some fist bumps and stuff. And the whole team, because everyone's collaborating on this. So the cool thing too is if one of the runners, like Mordecai, takes on a little side mission for a little extra Nuyen, you know, then that means that he is going to actually have a story related to that mission that he's going to be bringing up in a subsequent episode of Corporate Sins. So there might be a moment where you might hear about what kind of, you know, what kind of stuff they can talk about, but it's in private. So I guess, you know, that's the thing, is they'll probably tell more details than they should, but you get to find out what kind of crazy stuff they're doing for the corporations to gain a little extra money when they're not here on Shadowrun Corporate Sins, which I think is really awesome, that it's like collaborative storytelling. That's what we're all about. Anyways, guys, do you have questions about that? A couple of things I want to let you know that, just to clarify, is that so each corporation will determine their defensive stats, and they can augment them by taking defend actions, and then each week they can also choose to spend some AP to reallocate their defenses after they choose them. So FYI, again, please send me all your questions, basically, or put them in corporate court. That's also another good place, because your question might have been asked before and someone else can also help you with it. Now, I think it's time for PR. Yes, it is. As always though, guys, what's not changing, what's staying the same and awesome, is that you can tag your runner with the hashtag of their name, like hashtag Mordecai or hashtag mainframe. And you can give them extra dice to do badass stuff, or to do stuff they just wouldn't normally be able to do. Although I can't use Fang for this example anymore, because Fang actually has some ability to speak with some amount of eloquence now, but you could help Fang speak with way more eloquence, or you can try. That's what the dice lets you do, is basically you can improve upon your already formidable skills or gain access to skill sets you might not otherwise have because of the dice, the thumper dice. Fang hype. Now, all right, as always as well, if you want to be the corporate sponsor for this week's episode, you can do that as well by using your bits and tagging your corporation with the appropriate hashtag, like hashtag Shiawase. So if you want to get in on that sweet corporate sponsorship benefits, or just, you know, stop the Sinless from whatever they're doing, get in on it with the Bit War. Now, also, I'm excited because the Sinless have submitted a whole new matrix of ideas for things they want to see potentially happen with the Chaos Dice, the corporate dice. The corporate Chaos Dice? Yes, absolutely corporate Chaos Dice, each week. So I'm very excited to get that happening. All right, hey, what's up, Kitty? And let's get into the PR. It's time. All right, first up, we've got Shiawase. Shiawase has this announcement. Aboratech, a subsidiary of Shiawase, Envirotech, is pleased to announce a brand new addition to our oatmeal line of cereals. Introducing Oatmeal Mist. With a new strain of soybeans cultivated and nurtured by using an Envirotech mistifier that keeps the ground moist and full of essential minerals, your daily breakfast has never tasted so good. Filled with the vitamins and minerals you need, Oatmeal Mist is expected to quickly become the world's top choice for breakfast cereals. Shiawase, Envirotech, we provide your daily happiness. I can taste that Oatmeal Mist already. Notice there's no actual oatmeal in it. Yeah. No actual oatmeal, sorry. Soybeans though. Excellent, can't wait to put my spoon in that tomorrow morning. Now, from As Technology, we have Dassault, a division of As Technology, reveals some of their first plans for their new revitalized efforts with the filing of new patents. While we can't yet discern exactly what they may portend, Dassault has filed a number of patents related to new technology. New engine technology, I should say. Dassault has new schematics filed for industrial-sized turbine engines, as well as VTOL engines. Engineering experts that have reviewed these plans state that the engines wouldn't be enough to lift an object into orbit or beyond. But the size and lift generated from these new engines could potentially support a large weight. The question is now, what is the final plan for these powerful new engines? Yeah, seriously, what is the plan? That's so mysterious. That can mean anything. As Technology, you're such a tease. I don't know what that means. Maybe someone in chat knows more than I do. But as always, thank you, As Technology, for letting us in on your corporate doings, even if you're going to be really cryptic. From Neonet. Neonet is certain that the Seattle Street News will want to address the inaccurate and confusing statements in its recent article titled Reflections on the Matrix Services Market. Oh boy. The introduction of the article contains the following statement. Matrix Services, unlike media, has historically been more volatile, with Neonet viciously attacking SaterCrup's Matrix division back in August. There's no indication that this strongly partisan position is a quote, which leaves the neutrality of the Seattle Street News regarding this matter gravely in doubt. Interesting, Seattle Street News, just when I thought we had become friends, after your recent comments about the Sinless, which I couldn't have agreed more with, it turns out there seems to be some false information entering your news stream. You might want to check out those facts. Moreover, while the qualities of SaterCrup executive Vorak as a market analyst are justly recognized, and his own lack of neutrality in the past disputes between Neonet and his own corporation regarding Matrix Services and other businesses has been aptly stressed, the article never clarifies whether the rehashing of old grievances in this particular analysis is also an official SaterCrup statement. Seattle Street News, we've got questions for you. What Vorak's detailed analysis of numbers itself shows is that both Neonet and SaterCrup suffered bitter losses when they encroached on each other's main business and ultimately left it. Now, that direct competition between the two corporations is limited to a small market with no clear leader. Conflict between them needn't go beyond the endless retelling of hurtful memories by bitter executives on one side, as Neonet shall keep looking into the future instead. That's very big of you, Neonet. Very big of you. Last but not least, followers of the market will have rectified a factual error. Neonet is, and has been for months, except for a few weeks, the clear leader of Matrix business, in the cold truth of hard numbers supposedly championed by Vorak, as well as in the harder to assess truth of the popularity of shows such as the recent Blast from the Past. Neonet will continue to innovate and push boundaries. Oh my god, 1 year, Web 2992. I love seeing those 12 months come through. Neonet will continue to innovate and push boundaries in all our subsidiaries as we head towards the future. Ooh, that's awesome. 1 year. 1, 2. There we go. All right, so it is now time to vote on which one of these PR statements is going to get the bonus this week. Will it be, first up here, I believe we had Shiawase, which I'm pretty excited about, their oatmeal mist. Yes, coming to your breakfast bowl, a soy-based product that is sure to delight and nourish. And as well, from As Technology, we had, of course, more information about, well, more rumors about Dassault, a division of As Technology, and their plans for new patents on turbine engines and VTOL engines. I don't even know what those letters are an acronym for. Now, as well, Neonet, Neonet as well, had some choice words for Seattle Street News due to their inaccuracies in their latest report on their Matrix services. Get those facts under control, Seattle Street News, or else you're getting back on the list. All right, so those are our options. I'm gonna deliberate for a moment. Let's see what everyone's thinking here. Votes are coming in. Vertical takeoff and landing. Thank you, thank you. That is really good to know. I think I know who I have to give it to, as I stand for justice and righteousness and truth in whatever form it must take. So I think my hands are pretty much tied here, but we'll find out in a second what's going on. First, I want to see your votes. I certainly don't want to influence them. Absolutely not. All right, let's wrap it up pretty soon here. And then we'll get to, of course, the most important segment, which is who's getting the finger this week. We'll find out. I've made my notes. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. All right, are we closing the polls? Are we closing? Are we closing? Let's close those polls. Votes are being recorded. Who's winning? I can't tell. Shiawase seems to be in the lead with 10 votes. Surely there'll be more votes coming in. Oh, and the winner! The people have spoken. And they've chose Shiawase for their bonus this week, but I am going to have to choose Neonet as my personal favorite this week because I appreciate their scrutiny and their belief in truth in journalism. So thank you, Neonet, once again for upholding the corporate truth in the sixth world. Something, Rory, please ghosty. I don't know what does that mean? How am I supposed to respond to that? But thank you for contributing. All right, guys, so this week, I gotta tell you, watch out. If you're hanging out around any Shiawase controlled sectors of the Matrix, be careful. There have been some amount of cyber terrorism going on recently. Unfortunately, it turns out that someone has loosed some sort of rogue AI. I've actually encountered one of them personally myself. These dangerous rogue AIs look sort of like Tron from that ancient movie of the same name. Yes, sort of like that. And basically, it is a super dangerous AI. Luckily, I was rescued by some Shiawase security forces in the Matrix, but I would just like to point out that they're incredibly dangerous and set to self-terminate from what I've seen. So just be mindful of that. So whoever you are, whoever's in charge of bringing these nasty sprites to the Matrix, you're getting this week's finger. You know who you are. Yes, you do. All right, so that is gonna cover all our segments for this week. Yeah, rogue AI, I know. Can you believe it? In the sixth world. It's a shame. All right, guys, that is gonna cover everything for this week. So, like I said, it's time for corporate sins. Afterwards, of course, it's gonna be Honesty Hour with Zach and Bert Jennings, who is the GM for Pencils and Parsecs, our new Star Wars RPG, Friday nights, starting at 9 p.m. If you haven't checked it out, you should, and have fun getting to know Bert tonight. Now, of course, as always, you can hashtag with the name of the runners you want to support, give them dice, help them perform badass things, summon Giga Sharkies, or make that happen. Make that happen. All that good stuff you can be part of, and more as well. And of course, if you have more questions about the new NPC and MFEC runner addition to the metagame, to the corporate war, if you want to know more about how that's worked, please head into Corporate Court, ask questions. We've already been having a discussion there since yesterday. A lot of great questions have come up, and I'll be happy to address them, and other people there will be as well. So get ready for Corporate Sins. This is gonna be it for me tonight. All right, let's see that hype in chat.
Get out of my chair! Wait, are you not coming back?
Cue it up!